Hi everyone, this is Gayle Foster, Century 21 South Coast. Welcome to the second webinar in my series. You may have watched the first introductory webinar where I covered very briefly 5 different topics. And so here in a bit more detail is the first way to make more money when you sell your home. As I said, this is the first in a series of 5 important selling tips. I have been selling property since last century, and I've helped hundreds of people get their homes ready for sale. So the first thing you need to know is, who is your buyer? This webinar is for you if you want to know who is the right buyer for your property. If you need to know what the buyers really want, and you want to attract as many buyers as possible. You want maximum impact for minimum outlay, and you just don't know where to start. We're going to be talking about 5 main groups. They're very generalized groups: first home buyers, families, investors, retirees, and professionals. As you can imagine, retirees could be 50-year-olds who are self-funded retirees. But when we say retirees, we're generally talking about people who are on the aged pension. So excuse me for that kind of generalization, but that's the way we have to go in the webinar. So what do first home buyers really want? First home buyers are usually young people, often in their 20s. So we're talking about Gen Y and millennials. They tend to be family oriented. They want a good work-life balance. They know what they want, and if your home doesn't have it, they'll look elsewhere. Now, first home buyers are usually pretty tech savvy. They love to see multiple TV aerial points. They want fast internet and multiple power points throughout the house. They've got high expectations and they don't like unknowns. They want straightforward information from the selling agent, and they'll often bring their parents with them and take their advice when buying a first home. So, give them what they want. You'll hear me say this a lot today. Give them what they want. In general, first home buyers are not interested in buying an old home and renovating. They want to move in and start living. They want to be able to invite their friends and family around to enjoy their new home and not spend weekends and evenings ripping up carpets, pulling bathrooms apart, especially if they've got children. Many young people have got absolutely no experience in DIY. So to renovate, they have to pay contractors to do all of the work, and that can get expensive. They want things like good water pressure in the shower and great cooking facilities. Give them that. Give them garaging for 2 cars and covered outdoor entertaining area. Present your home well. Take my advice about spending money where it matters the most. If there's something that needs fixing, fix it. Don't expect the buyers to see past it. And even more importantly, don't try to hide it. They will get a building and pest inspection done, and anything that's been covered up will be exposed. This will really put them offside. They'll probably pull out of the contract and you'll have to find another buyer. Now, families. What do families want? That, of course, depends on the family. Are there babies, toddlers, teenagers, or perhaps all 3? Maybe there's a grandparent or a student who needs some independent space. Generally speaking, families want 4-bedroom homes with 2 bathrooms and 2 living areas. A spacious kitchen is important where 2 or more people have got room to work around each other. Ideally, a dishwasher, heating and cooling, preferably ducted, built-in wardrobes and plenty of other storage. Floors need to be practical and hard-wearing. No slippery tiles, no pale carpets. An outdoor entertaining area, also high on their list. They'll probably have at least 1 dog, so they want a good yard space. Now, I'm sorry, I know this is a cliche, but Dad will want a shed. He'll most likely have developed some handyman skills by now, and there's always something that needs fixing. Could be the house, a bike, a car, or even a favorite toy. And let's face it, he will want some escape time too. A double garage and double driveway, also desirable for families, as the kids will learn to drive and get their first car. Proximity to schools, public transport, shopping centres, doctors, etc. Also friends, social and sporting activities. Now, nearly 90% of families buy within the same area that they're already living because that's where they've developed their contacts and their life. Give them what they want. If your house is the right size for a family, what else do you need to do? Remember that families are busy. If you've led a busy family life in your home, it could be showing the signs of wear and tear. And that just seems to happen over the years, doesn't it? So make your house move-in ready. Attend to all those little jobs that you just didn't get around to. Repaint the walls, remove stickers and glue, repair holes and chips, fix fly screens, leaking taps, etc. Have your house professionally cleaned, including the carpets. If your carpets are stained or rippled or damaged, replace them. It's not an expensive exercise compared with the money you will lose by not doing it. If the buyers have a choice between a house that needs work and a house that is ready to move into, you know which one they will choose, even if they have to pay a little bit more. Investors, what do they want? Now, investors have got two reasons for buying property: rental return and capital growth. Ideally, they would like to have good rental yield as well as annually increasing property value. But this combination is pretty hard to find, so they'll choose one or the other, depending on their financial position and also on whether they own any other investment properties. To an investor, a balanced portfolio is essential. So typically investors like to buy new homes because that gives them the best appreciation. The property will need to be in an area that has strong rental demand. And generally, they'll be looking for the same sort of home that families and couples are looking for. Some investors are happy to buy a property that needs a little bit of work to bring it up to scratch, but they'll want to purchase that at a low price. They want to do a quick makeover and then get it rented because empty homes cost money. Investors are not emotional buyers. It's all about making the numbers work. They want practical homes, low maintenance, hard-wearing floors and other surfaces, because most tenants have no interest in taking care of gardens, and they don't want the burden of having to protect pale carpets or expensive bench tops. So give the investors what they want. Make your house ready to be let straight away. Everything has to be in good working order. Ensure the oven is working properly and it's clean, all elements working properly. Ensure the curtains and blinds operate smoothly and cover the windows fully for privacy. Fix any leaks or drips in the shower, the toilet, the taps, and under the kitchen sink. Ensure all windows and doors open and close smoothly and completely. For an investment property, all locks must have keys to fit. Every window lock must have its own key. Make the property available for them to advertise for a tenant before settlement. Investors want the features that their tenants will want. This will include things like fast internet, heating and cooling, built-in wardrobes, covered outdoor entertaining area, garaging, a lawn, and secure fencing for children and pets. So the benefit to you in selling to an investor is that they have their finances ready and generally they can settle quickly. Of course, if you're actually selling your own investment property, which already has a tenant in place, another investor is your ideal purchaser. Investors appreciate having a current lease with a good tenant. Retirees. What do retirees want? As I mentioned, we're generally talking about people who have retired on a pension. So they're at a certain age. I don't want to be too specific or politically incorrect about that, but you know what I mean. So they're usually downsizing, mostly on the gardens and not necessarily on the house, because they have treasured possessions that they want to bring with them. They often want room for a caravan, so an extra parking space at the side of the driveway or perhaps beside the house will be viewed with enthusiasm. They want level ground and preferably no steps up into the house. Easy care gardens to avoid the expense of having to pay other people to keep them in order. They want good footpaths at street level, both for safety when walking and also for their mobility scooters if they have to get them. A home unit can often be suitable if they don't require this extra space for a caravan, for example, and providing the strata fees are not excessive. They often like having other people living close by. Security and safety are high on their list. They like security screens and doors as well as roller shutters. Location is another important item. Retirees like to be close to shops and public transport as well as community centres and sporting venues. Homes that will be of interest to first home buyers and investors often fit the bill for retirees too. They like a home that is move-in ready and also one that can be locked up and left while they go away on holiday. So, give them what they want. Now, do you think you've got a property that might suit retirees? What else can you do to improve the appeal? Keep it light and bright. Repaint the walls if necessary. Consider replacing dark curtains with lighter ones, but make sure they've got block-out linings for light and temperature control. Retirees, they are lucky enough to be able to enjoy a sleep-in from time to time. Install sheer curtains at all the windows for privacy and also to disguise perhaps an unattractive view. Remove any high-maintenance plants from the garden and keep the pathways clear. Replace any broken or uneven pavers or concrete, and that removes a potential tripping hazard. If you have an area that could be used for a caravan, clear the space by removing all the vegetation and creating a good base, such as gravel. This will also be handy for visitors' cars. Fix any broken locks, any damaged fly screens, as well as taps that are too tight or perhaps dripping. Arrange your furniture in a way that provides clear open spaces to show that it's easy to move around within the home. If you've got a lot of furniture, consider thinning it out, get rid of some of it. Retirees are not necessarily elderly, but they want a home that will suit them as they grow older. What do professionals want? Whether they're looking for a holiday home or a residence, their requirements are much the same. Generally, they will fall into the 30 to 60 age bracket, and they have high expectations on features and quality. Professionals are earning good money, and they're not afraid to spend it on the lifestyle they want. They like to entertain, so they require big kitchens with top quality fittings and appliances. Big internal living spaces and outdoor entertaining areas are high on their list. Professional people are ambitious and hardworking, and this usually means they work long hours and are time poor when it comes to home life. They rarely switch off completely even when they're on holidays. So the houses they buy must provide a relaxed and easy lifestyle with everything at their fingertips. For example, high-speed internet, security system, ducted reverse cycle air conditioning, perhaps a ducted vacuum system. And ideally, plenty of automated features, such as the watering system, automatic garage doors and window shutters, automatically adjustable veranda roof, or even voice-activated lights and other things. Location is also important, with a preference either for views of the ocean or perhaps a golf course, or perhaps a near city location close to restaurants and nightlife. Here we go again. Give them what they want. As an example, let's say you've got a property on the Esplanade. To appeal to the group that we call professionals, you'll need to present it at its very best. If you've been using it as a holiday home, furnished with mismatched bits and pieces, call Vinnie's, get rid of the lot. Once you've repainted and put new floor coverings in, if necessary, get a styling company to supply a furniture package that's going to impress these buyers and increase the perceived value of your property. If you've got lawns, make sure they are manicured and green and have them regularly maintained throughout the selling campaign and right up to settlement day. You'll also need to keep the windows clean and paths clear of sand, etc. If you can't manage this yourself, pay someone to do it for you regularly. It will be money well spent. Go over everything with a sharp eye and repair or replace anything that's not up to scratch. Be prepared to spend around 1% of the value of your property on marketing. Use a professional photographer to take high quality photographs to show off the very best points. If your property takes advantage of beautiful sunsets, consider a twilight photographer. A video presentation will also impress your buyers. And don't skimp on newspaper advertising. It works, folks. Buyers who are prepared to spend well for what they want like to be treated as VIPs. Offer them your very best in presentation and marketing. Perhaps put on some music for open inspection, provide drinks and nibbles, treat them with respect, make them feel special, and they will do likewise. So let's recap here. You need to know your buyer and know what they want. Remember, you are not selling your house to yourself. Know where to spend the money wisely. Appeal to the buyer. Give them what they want. Advertise to them. Excite them to buy your property. You still don't know where to start? Simple. Ask an expert. You've got some vital information on knowing your buyer and knowing what they want, but you still might not be sure about how to make your place appeal to those buyers. So where do you start? As I said, it's simple. Find someone with the skills and knowledge to help you. Tap into my experience and expertise. I'm going to be producing some more of these webinars with more information on each topic. I can put you in touch with the right people to help you prepare your property for sale. I can come to your house for a free one-on-one consultation. Call me on 0410 484 376 or email me at gayle@century21southcoast.com.au.